we got the classic horror film Carrie. Let's get into it. So I must say, with this review, I did read the book first and then watch this film for the first time. So keep that as a caveat because I will be basing stuff off the actual book. But with that being said, this book to movie was one of the better adaptations that I've seen so far. Like, yeah, there was a few small details or even the ending that was a little different, but nothing to really notice or fret about or throw your arms all in the air about. Like, they did their thing adapting this movie, which I appreciate so much. Now, onto the film. So, Carrie is basically a telekinesis version of today's school shooter because she was getting bullied and she let y'all have it. I think the performances, especially from Carrie, was really good, especially for a movie being made in the 70s. You can't expect God tier acting because of the era they was in. I gotta recognize the cultural importance of this film / story. Carrie's just one of those horror stories that everybody just automatically knows. It feels like we're born with certain stories that we just know. And this was the film to launch Stephen King's, film legacy. We've done seen film after film after film be made after Stephen King, and this was the very first one. Not to mention the whole prom gone wrong trope. Like, we've seen that how many times in horror movies of high school / prom / prom queen / all that. I mean, this is the original. And something I got to give it credit for was it doesn't seem that dated for this film to be 50 years old. Like, usually when you watch a 50-year-old movie, you can tell, but like, if you told me this film came out 20 years ago, I'd have been like, okay, which is, round of applause. And then we get this iconic shot. I mean, just iconic. Carrie sitting up there with the blood all. This is just legendary. Now, as I said, comparing it to the book, the ending was different than the film and the book. And the book was way more brutal. Okay, so I don't know if they didn't want to put that on the big screen or what. Like, this ending was okay. It was a little underwhelming since I read the book, but if they would have took the book route, this would have been crazy. Now, the critics gave us a 94%, with the audience lower with the 77%. I actually gave this film a 7.5, so I'm pretty much right there with the audience. So this does pass the home review. I would recommend this just because, as I said, this is just one of those stamps in horror. Like, if you haven't seen this film, it's almost like you need to. So that's the only reason why I recommend it. Everybody did their job. Everybody did the thing. And iconic scene at the end. Can't beat it.